Hey, it's Austin. Welcome to Austin Abyssal, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Dark Souls Remastered Deathless attempt number X. I don't know which number this is. Basically, yeah, I still have some extra time to record. I had way more extra time to record than I would have thought before we get a bunch of stuff done on YouTube and also in real life. So, yeah, I wanted to jump back into Dark Souls Remastered to basically attempt to do this Deathless once more. I really do want to beat this game Deathless. It's it's doable, but there's just a couple of things where you definitely, if you make a mistake, obviously it's just all over. So Styx, I think, was like a Deathless attempt, I do believe, and I actually really like the name Styx. Kind of forgot about that. So I'm gonna call him Styx again. He's gonna be male. He's gonna be, I think, which Pyromancer gives you the most like stat spread? Level 1. Yeah, I think you go Pyromancer, right? I do believe so. I think you go Pyromancer to get the most out of your levels. So go Pyro, we'll go Master Key, we'll go Very Large, we'll go Far East Traveler, because he looks very positive. I like his positive face. Sweatback. Yeah, we're going to go with Dark Red. We're going to go to Customize. We're going to go to Create Similar Face and spam it a whole bunch of times to make them unique. Okay. Looks good. We will accept. We'll skip these cutscenes as well because I've seen them 1,500,000 million times. Oh my god, we are a thick boy, man. We got a bunch of sacks around our butt as well. Okay, so welcome to Dark Souls Remastered, the Deathless attempt. This is probably attempt number, I don't know how many times. 5, 6, 7, something like that. I definitely can do it. Like, I have the knowledge and the elbow grease. I have the knowledge and stuff, but it's just like there's a lot of moments where a tiny little mistake can basically ruin everything. So, we'll obviously give it our best shot here, you know? Also, it is crazy loud. Let me go ahead and reduce the volume there. So yeah, welcome to Dark Souls, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know what this game is, obviously, you know, hugely popular, kind of action RPG, I guess you would call it. Like, I'm not even sure. Like, it basically became its own, pretty much, became its own genre, basically. So this guy's gonna fall down here. Oh my god, we're just gonna run through. Now you can beat him if you want with the Black Fire Bombs starting gift. If you take the Black Fire Bombs starting gift, you can basically throw them at him and kill him that way, and then you'll get the Demon Great Hammer. I don't think it's a particularly good weapon though, so like I don't think it really matters all that much, but that is something that you can do if you wish to do it. I'm gonna backstab this guy with our broken... What is this weapon even called? I'm not sure what it's called. I'm gonna grab this. Okay, because, yeah, we're really not gonna deal much damage to him there. Grab the hand axe. Press Y to two-hand it. Okay, down he goes. Yeah, so an action RPG, obviously, you know, hugely famous. Most people are probably gonna know what this is, but if you don't, yeah, basically just a very, you know, it was a very unique game when it released. It didn't play by the rules, you know, which I really like. I like that Dark Souls kind of became its own thing. You know, it was something different. It was something fresh. And it's pretty much an action RPG that, you know, has a big emphasis on exploration. Okay, I'm going to talk to this guy, get that stuff, and then he's going to expire as we leave here. Do we even need to open this stuff up? Not really, but I guess we'll do it. This is a little shortcut back to the starting bonfire. Yeah, an emphasis on exploration, different builds, being very vague, which I really like, actually. How did you not die? Yeah, it's a very vague series, in a good way. You know, because the game doesn't just hold your hand and tell you exactly what to do. You know, you have to actually, like, think about it and figure it out and stuff like that, which is a lot of fun for me personally, which is why I really have, you know, adhered myself to enjoying this game and series. But very difficult. I mean, you know, Dark Souls 1, I think if you're used to Souls-like games at this point in time, Soulsborne games, whatever you want to call it, the genre has gotten so kind of like muddied in terms of what to call it at this point. But if you're used to these types of games, you know, I think Dark Souls 1 is relatively easy. You can definitely get the hang of it, but the problem is there's still a high chance that you may die. Some of you may die, but that's a chance I'm willing to take. A risk, whatever Lord Farquaad says. All right, we're going to jump in here. We're going to do a plunging attack. Woo! Yoop! Deal huge damage to the Asylum Demon. We're going to start chopping him down here. He's going to do his big sweeping attacks, but we can literally just kind of move behind him. No big deal. He's going to do his big jump. We're going to let him land there. Going to do an R2 here, which is when I'm hitting the right trigger. Going to do an R1, which is when I'm hitting the right bumper. Down goes the Asylum Demon. All right. I'm going to get the big Pilgrim's Key. I think, don't you get a Humanity too? Yeah, I think we got a Humanity when I was spamming through the little prompts there. All right, off to a good start here. Did I typically go Pyromancer or did I go something else? We're trying to get basically a stat. We're trying to get an amount of stats that will let me wield a certain weapon. So I don't remember. I mean, it'll be fine regardless. All right, cutscene here. We're going to skip that. We're going to land in Loldrin, where we level up and kindle at bonfires. We'll talk to this guy really for no reason, ultimately. I don't think talking to this guy really does anything whatsoever. He's got an interesting story, though. That is for sure. Okay, then we're going to rest at this bonfire. And, yeah, this is always the scary part right now, is basically trying to get past the early game without dying immediately to what we're going to attempt to retrieve. But if I do it smart, which I want to do this, this series here, I want to do it a lot smarter than I used to. Not really. I mean, I would pay attention, but, like, I want to put more thought into it, basically. We'll talk to this guy as well. Actually, there's no reason to talk to this guy at all. We get a gesture, but he asked for, like, 500 souls, which we don't even want to give him. There's not really any reason to talk to that guy. I don't know why I do that. I want to play this smarter, is what I'm saying. So we're going to attempt to play it smarter here. We're going to go back over here. We're going to grab the 6 fire bombs. I don't know if that'll... Actually, that might, yeah, very well come in handy later on. All right, so this is the scary part now. This run could literally immediately die and end right here. So we're going to be very careful. Because if we go over here, and then up here, and then we'll grab this, the Soul of the Lost Undead. Souls are basically just items that you can pop for souls. You don't actually have to kill enemies to get them. You can just, like, you know, stockpile a bunch of different soul items and then basically, you know, use them whenever you want to contribute towards you leveling up. Morningstar and a talisman there. And a homeward bone. Now, typically what I do, which gets me into trouble, is I will risk it for the biscuit, which is stupid. There's really not a reason to risk as much stuff as I have been. I'm also going to equip the Pyromancy Flame, which lets us do magical pyromancies. Do we have the fast roll? We do. Okay, and then I'm also going to equip Homeward Bones here. And I'm going to heal, and then I'm going to grab the Homeward Bone. We're looking for one specific weapon, so we're going to make a beeline right towards it. And this is the scary part right here. I am going to grab other stuff, even though I said that I wouldn't, but my brain is so, like, addicted to just picking up items in a Souls game. All right, Zweihander is what we're looking for. I don't need that item over there. I'm not even going to risk it. I'm going to press X and A. Yeah, to take me back. And a lot of the times I'll just risk it there, and then I'll just end up dying. It's really stupid. I'm also going to rest here to reset everything. I got to remember you can also exit to the menu to kind of reset enemies too. I don't know why I haven't really done that in the past. Okay, so that should be pretty much all the items that we care about getting right now, right? So then we're going to take a look at this Zweihander here and see what it needs. It needs 24 strength, but you basically need, like, I always forget what the calculation is, 1 point something times the amount. So pretty much it's like half, so about 12 strength to wield it two-handed. You can't wield it one-handed unless you get 24 strength in the middle there. And then we also need dex. Yeah, so 10 dex. Or, is it called dex in this? I'm forgetting. 10 hand in order to wield this. So that's the primary thing we need to upgrade because you need the amount of dex to wield something, but you only need half, typically, of the amount of strength to wield something two-handed. All that to say, we can wield this Zweihander two-handed without getting the 24 strength, but we do need the 10 dex. So we're going to pop those souls. We're going to level up here. So dexterity to 10, and then we're going to start pumping up strength in order to wield the Zweihander. We might already be able to, which seems pretty fast. So if I put on the Zweihander, it says unable to wield it. Now you can see it's got an X on the left there, which means I cannot wield it. But if I press Y, no. So we still need more strength to wield this two-handed. So that's not going to happen. So we're going to switch back to the hand axe. And then we still have the fast roll, right? Is there anything else that I want to do here? I don't think so. Yeah, I think we're good to keep moving. All right. So let's go. We're going to go up this way. And then we've got some undead here. Now, we will try to get some kills and some items. Kills obviously give you souls. And then items can be helpful. Now, I don't have the amount of knowledge to know which items are, like, absolutely worth getting. But if we just pick up random items. That item over there, by the way, you have to jump to get, which is a risk. And then also it's a ring of sacrifice, meaning if we die, we don't lose our souls. Which is entirely useless. We do not need a ring of sacrifice because if we die, this is no longer a deathless playthrough, so it doesn't matter. So there's no reason to jump over to that ledge and grab that item down there because, yeah, we're not going to end up, if we end up dying, the run's over anyways. Now, there's a rat here, which is always scary, but this rat always feels like he's a lot less aggressive. So, yeah, he doesn't seem to attack as quickly as the other ones. There's later rats that are very scary. Like, they will actually do really bad things. But that rat is fine. All right. So then up we go into the Undead Burg, which is kind of one of the first areas in the game. In Dark Souls 1, you can backstab quite easily. And basically, in Dark Souls, it's called a critical hit. When you do one of these kind of like little animated attacks. So in Dark Souls 1, it's very easy to just get behind somebody, hit an R1, which when I say R1, I mean like hitting the right bumper on a controller. It's very easy to hit R1 and then immediately go into an sort of animated backstab attack, which does a lot of damage, considered a critical hit. You can also riposte, or I guess parry. Yeah, you can parry a hit if you have a shield. Did we just pick up a shield there? Yeah. You can press like the left trigger, or L1, to parry. And then you can riposte by getting up to them and pressing R1 to sort of do a riposte attack. So, all of that to say is that, for instance, this guy here, if we just, oh my god, if we just walk behind him and hit R1, very easy to just kind of, yeah, deal a lot of damage to him that way, is what I'm saying here. Okay, let's walk up here, get rid of this ranged guy. Good idea to get rid of the ranged guys when you can. All right, let's go down here. There's like a shield item, which we'll never use. Also, some guys climb up, don't they? I guess I'm thinking of a different area. There's an area where some dudes climb up there. Or nearby here, basically. All right, we got two shield guys, which their biggest weakness is pretty much like kind of... Whoa, we got to watch out for the other guy attacking. Yeah, if you kind of like circle these guys, you can backstab them. As you can see there. Because otherwise, yeah, they just always have their shield out. Which can be super annoying. Okay. So down they go. We're getting souls, which you use to level up and basically do everything here. This guy's going to bust through. Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust through. Okay, down he goes. And then we're going to go over here where there's a merchant. Now, do we need anything from this guy? We can kill him to get the Uchi-Katana, but the Uchi-Katana runs out of usefulness eventually because it has bleed, and some things just don't really work with bleed all that much. He does have a repair box and stuff like that, which he does drop if you kill him, doesn't he? And even if he doesn't, we can... Oh, does he drop it? No, he doesn't. I don't think. He only drops the Uji Katana. And you, yeah, you, might want to come back to this guy in order to get his armor box and everything. So I don't think there's much of a reason to kill him. You also get the orange soapstone, which is useless, offline, which is what we're playing, because I don't want to deal with online invaders. That would be weird, obviously. Okay, yeah, so I think we keep him alive. Let's go over here and activate this bonfire. I'm going to be keeping notes here as well, so if you hear the audio go out, that's wise because I'm just keeping notes, which I like to do during my playthroughs. All right, so we have 4 Souls of a Lost Undead. We're going to pop those, increasing our soul amount in the bottom right to 2,300. So then, if we go here and level up, we can increase strength to 18. And then I feel like that will let me wield the Zweihander. Okay, so if we press Y, yes. Now you can see the Zweihander does not have the X, which means we can wield it without a penalty. You do still get a penalty, I think, but it's really negligible if you don't have the required stats. As long as you can wield it without that X, you're pretty much fine. Now, this thing weighs a ton, so we're going to be rolling very heavily here. So I'm going to take off my stuff and see what I can wear. Okay, so I can wear those things. What about the boots? Still no. What about if I take the gloves off? Yes. Man, what? I did not have the Pyromancer class before, because I remember, or maybe I did. Okay, so yeah. We want the light roll, which is this roll, because we can move a little bit easier. So that's good. And now the Zweihander is a very good weapon. I don't think it's, like, incredibly overpowered or anything. It might be. I mean, I really don't know, to be honest with you. Look at this guy go crazy. Hooch is crazy. It might be very, very good, but it's not, like, game-breaking. But the R2, when you hit the right trigger, will pancake enemies. So that's super duper nice. Also, black fire bombs there are very, very helpful because they're super duper strong versus certain enemies. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, thank you. Imagine dying to that guy, jeez Louise. Actually, yeah, now that I realize it, the Pyromancer may be better. What was I going before? I feel like I was going Pyromancer, but I don't remember using the Pyromancies. Oh my god. That guy just jumped for it. Okay, what is I'm getting hit by a lot of stuff I don't normally get hit by. Okay, we gotta be careful here. Alright, and then this guy over here. So a big thing about getting good in Souls games is watching animation times. Because, like, once you play this game a lot, you kind of realize, like, okay, this enemy's locked into an animation, so obviously he's not going to be able to hit me. Also, make sure to get this chest here. Gold pine resin is huge. Huge. It's so funny, dropping a huge reference, you know, like Donald J. Trump. It's so funny and topical to say huge. Very topical in 2025. Also, you'll notice when we do any sort of critical hit, like a backstab, we are immune during it, FYI. So something to keep in mind. All right, this is going pretty well. Let's get up here, kill this guy. Now, there is a risky thing down here, which I always like. I cannot resist getting. It's really stupid, though. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to trigger this flaming barrel, by the way. Will it even help us? I mean, it literally could, but most likely not. But I'm also confident this might just, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this literally was just the end of the playthrough right here. Anyways, this guy's guarding it. Now, there is a mechanic if you sneak up, isn't there? Like, if you walk slowly, we can maybe get a... Nope. That was stupid. All right. So, we're not going to freak out. This guy is very scary and very difficult early game, but big tip is you can heal around corners like this because he's not going to be able to really hit you. All right, so this is a Black Knight, and if you know what you're doing, it's not too scary, but it's just always got that sort of vibe of, like, this guy could kill me at any point, you know, which is always... can cause you to, like, make huge mistakes, basically. So we're going to wait for him to attack. Okay, there he goes. Beautiful. Now, I just realized it is actually worth killing this guy because the Black Knights can drop their Black Knight weapon. It's random. It has a chance. And if you get a Black Knight weapon, it's super duper helpful. And I would use it here because, honestly, even though it's considered very, like, strong, This is going to be hard regardless, so, you know, I don't find it to be cheap. It might be cheap. I don't know. I've never really used the Black Knight weapons. I just know they're very strong. So if he did drop, like, the Black Knight halberd or glaive or whatever it is, sword there, I probably would use it, but he did not. So it's all good. So anyways, up we go. And we could do that too, can't we? Is it worth? It could be worth, but it also probably would end up in me dying. So I'm going to say no. There's a very strong enemy down there that does have a positive effect with what he drops, but I'm going to say no to that. All right, so right here, there's a hidden crystal lizard, and then this will have upgrade materials for us, Twinkling Titanite ×2. And then we've got a boss here, which should be okay. A big thing with this game is overthinking. We don't want to overthink. We just want to, you know, if you stop and just like, oh my god, if I blah, 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 you know, you can really mess yourself up. It's just sometimes better to just go into it. If you have a vague idea of what you're doing, obviously. Kill these two guys up here, by the way. Did he just drop something? He did. Kill these two guys up here because they will fire upon you while you're fighting this boss. FYI. And then the only thing with this boss is he can be very, very scary if he nudges you off a ledge. So we're going to be careful here. Not a difficult boss, but has the ability to basically do weird things to you. So there's the Taurus Demon. He's going to jump down. I'm going to immediately run back over here. Now he can jump and slam you from back there, which I think he just tried to do. We're going to jump back up here and do a plunging attack. Just like that. Look at his HP. Half of his HP gone from that one attack. Insane. Okay, what's he doing? So he's going to do that. We're going to run forward and do an R1. Notice the damage staggers him. Kind of crazy. Yeah, notice the... We can basically perma-stun him because you're not really... I don't think the game expects you to have a weapon like with this strength at this point in time. Okay, I got to be careful because that's the ledge right there that he can knock you off of. So I'm going to give him a wide berth here. Do a running attack. Oh, he almost jumped off. He can jump off to his death. I haven't seen it in a long time. But he can do that. It's pretty crazy. Down goes the Taurus Demon. Okay. Alright, so yeah, not too bad. Like I said, like if you overthink it, when it's a relatively easy thing, that's what can get you into trouble. So, not too shabby. We're going to come down here. Now, sometimes I kill this guy. It might actually be worth to kill him. I know that's sacrilege. I get it. But it may be actually worth to kill him. He could also kill me, though. Yeah, I think I'm going to kill him. I know it's sacrilege. This is a very popular NPC. People are going to... not like some people are not going to like this, but I think I will kill him just for purely the extra souls or whatever. And you can see why the Zweihander is good as well, because it will flatten enemies and basically lock them into this flattening animation. And as you can see, yeah, we can just basically keep... Oh. Okay, gotta dodge those. Could basically just keep flattening him, but if he does, yeah, if he blocks it, it's a little scary case. One R2 away from death here. We're gonna dodge that. Okay, sorry, nothing personal, buddy. We do get 1,000 souls from him, which could very much be the difference, and a whole bunch of items and armor as well. I don't actually know if a lot of that's gonna be helpful, but again, we're keeping the main idea in mind here of getting through this Deathless. So, again, I know the meme is gonna be, oh my god, how could you kill him? But we gotta do what we gotta do. Okay, so we're gonna run down here. This is always very scary because this dragon will do horrible stuff, but it's fine. Alright, and we're gonna go down here to a shortcut, which leads back to the bonfire that we activated before the Taurus Demon. And that'll be where we end, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, if you're watching this channel, Austin Abyssal, intently, as usual, I don't really know what exactly I want to do on this channel. I just basically had some extra time to record, and I was like, you know, we're going to be doing events on my main channel and stuff like that, and as usual, I'm just like, well, I want to, you know, I want to have something going on this channel, something that I feel like doing, and right now I feel like doing, was it 24? Crap, can I cancel this? Yeah. You know, I feel like doing Dark Souls. I really do want to beat this game. you know, Deathless. So that's what I'm attempting to do here. 24 strength is all we need. Level up 24 strength. Boo-ba-doo-doo-doo. And then we're going to go... yeah, let's go vitality. That would be smart. So, yeah, I'll record basically as much as I can, and then I will be busy with other stuff, as I've talked about ad nauseum on this channel and the other channel. But then when I get ready to record for this channel again, we may completely switch up the type of content we're doing. However, this series will be the main series moving forward until we are successful or fail. And then after that, we'll do something else. So make sure to subscribe if you want to see more, and you can become a member if you want to get these videos early. That'll be how this series goes is, yeah, anybody that wants to become a member can click join under the video or join in the description. And then you'll get these videos basically as I schedule them. Yeah, so big thanks to our members, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, it's Austin. Thank you for watching. If you would like to see more of me, you can check out the Patreon here. A bunch of bonus streams and series, a lot of them completed. Also, check out these videos over here. And then finally, if you want to get early videos on this YouTube channel, you can click join beneath the video and also in the description. And you'll get a bunch of perks as well. Regardless, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.